In 2011, a couple of mercenaries escaped the back streets of Junction, still wanted by the masses. If you can find them, maybe you can call the late team, the Voices of Reading.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the late show. Advertised at 10 p.m. but sorry for the half an hour delay, just finding the right people for the right technology. Yes, it's that time of the night again. It's the late show. We have obviously with us our brother Julian, how you been? Long time no see.
Long time no see. I missed you.
Yeah, likewise bro, likewise, like a hole in the head. But here we are once again in the studio of 101 FM 95.6. Great news, as I hear it, is that it's transmitting again on the FM dial 95.6. So all you brothers out there, the night shift, you can hear us. Even better than hearing us, you can join in and call in the studio and join in with this debate we're going to have tonight. It's, I don't know what, well, I'll put it out there, Julian. I mean, I don't know, I just get emotional over it, bro.
Alright, so most of all, we need your calls on 01189 660 382. That's 01189 660 382. We're talking about the Malaysian Airlines plane, what happened in the last couple of days, the families that have been waiting anxiously, clinging on to hope that some way or another they're going to be found. They've been told there is now no hope. 2 weeks ago when we were on air, people were still kind of optimistic about
that's a good word, optimistic.
Yeah. Now there is no hope because they've spotted some debris or something in the Indian Ocean. Is that?
I mean, Julian, you're a half intelligent person. You're the average person on the street, as like myself. What debris have they spotted? Why? How can they 100% say that it's the aircraft without being proven itself 100% without a shadow of a doubt? Why would they traumatise the families of these 250 plus people?
I think it's possibly the case that after 2 weeks the reality is there is no chance, but we've got a caller on line 1.
Good, it's really even started, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Hello, caller.
It's a tone, need more, bro. Too shy. Okay, if that's a caller, call back. We lost the call.
We lost the call there. Once again, 01189 660 382. Get in touch. Give us your theory on what happened, what didn't happen.
I mean, see, here we go again with conspiracy theories. I mean, I have my views, but I will go into that later. But I don't know. I mean, experiencing life in the last few years, you tend to take the words off the so-called hierarchy. The government figures. You think they're telling the truth, but as we go older and wiser through certain experiences, well, I seem to think that's a load of bull. They just make you believe what you want to believe. It's amazing what the so-called people can make you believe. Coming back to, I still, like I was discussing with someone the other day, if we walked on the moon 50 years ago, we should be walking on the moon every day. So that's another conspiracy, we'll talk about that on some other day. But
what are we being made to believe? Because we're being made to believe, it was just nothing. It veered off course and now they're gone. And we don't know.
Come on, I mean, with the technology and the radar systems we have in this day and age, I mean, if they want to track me, they can track me, boom, on our phones. I mean, on the GPS, we can we can, you know, it's not difficult to track a human being via a phone. I mean, I see The Enemy of the State. I'm not sure if you've seen that film. That came out in mid 90s, and look at the technology that was in that film and how there was tracking an individual. You know, and we can't find a plane here for 3 weeks. I mean, them people of those families aren't stupid. I mean, they know there's something not right that's going on. I mean, you know, they've been in that hotel locked up and then to be told by text and called into a room and saying, "Oh, we found debris. Everyone's dead. Go home." I mean,
is that how it was broken?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the news. They're all coming out of this room, some screaming, some people have fainted, some not believing what they're being told. You know, you call people. It's a sensitive thing. You call people. And you sit them down and you say, look, this is the update, this is what we think's happened, and we think that, you know, there's 0% of anyone surviving. We found debris at the bottom of the Indian Ocean. Amazing, they would find the deepest ocean where it's gone under. And considering it's gone, I don't know how many thousand miles off track. Again, having discussed this in depth with other people, they reckon, well, what happened to a plane a few years ago where everyone got knocked out in autopilot and it went and just, you know, how many times are going to go to autopilot with a pilot getting knocked out? Then why are they searching the pilot's house and, you know...
Straight to it. Let's go. We got a caller on line 1. Hello, caller.
Hi, is this Julian?
Yeah, speaking.
You right, Mr. Morrow?
What's your view? This is Bilal. Bilal, assalamu alaikum.
Bilal, salam.
What's your view on the plane?
Yeah, as your friend was saying before, they can track a phone, but they can't track a plane.
It's a bit mysterious, no?
It seems stupid, but my opinion would be that I think the plane might have gone somewhere it shouldn't and has been shot out of the air.
Where could that be?
Well, the last black box signal was completely off course, wasn't it?
The last black box signal said what?
It was completely off course from where it was meant to be going, so...
So where do you think it is?
Well, like you said, there was some debris found, so it's either crash landed or been shot down, or it's been hijacked.
Bilal, do you think the government knows something that we don't?
Well, I'm not accusing anything, but it's a bit suspicious, really.
It's very suspicious, and
it's definitely not still in the air.
No, I think it's definitely not in the air. And did they find debris? Didn't they? We're not sure, but I guess you just have to feel for the people that have lost they've lost their family, and it's going to hurt even more the fact that they don't.
Well, I feel really bad for the people who don't know where their sons and daughters and mothers and relatives have gone.
Exactly. Well, I think that's a point that we kind of miss in all of this, is the human aspect of it. Okay, maybe the government know, maybe they don't know, but the bottom line is 300 people have lost their lives, right? Soggy wants to talk to you.
Bilal, well, this is a bit loud. Bilal, can I put this to you, bro? Do you think the pilot had anything to do with it?
Well, they raided his home and they found documentation proof that he had signed over all of his businesses towards his wife before he left on the departure on the plane.
So, I mean, one of my theories is I think the pilot was bought, hence having a similar simulation in his house. He's been practicing to land a plane where he's not landed a plane before. So I think the idea of him practicing that simulation was try to land an aeroplane in between a couple of mountains.
Right.
And I don't know, I was always under the impression that he succeeded in his mission. He's landed the plane somewhere, and he's been bought and given a new ID and living a life for Riley somewhere, but I'm not sure what's happened to the passengers. That's my take on it anyway. I don't think it's been... I mean, you put a good twist on it by pointing you being blown out the air. Possibility. That's a good way of looking at it as well. I mean, you can't tell the families, oh, because of the plane it was going where it shouldn't be, and unfortunately we had to blow it out the sky. You know, how would the people take that? So yeah, that's a great Great call. Good way to looking at it.
Well, thank you very much indeed.
No problem.
Thank you. Cheers. Yeah, bit of insight there, and of course, on 9/11 there was a similar question about one of the planes that just crashed in the desert, wherever it was. One of them
The
crashed
Pentagon, I think.
down. Well, one crashed into the Pentagon, two into the towers apparently, and the fourth
One was heading somewhere,
was
wasn't
heading
it?
somewhere and was brought down. And they said, it was brought down by the passengers intervening. But the fact is, if a plane has been hijacked, a government would bring it down.
Yeah,
And,
of course they would. They'd shoot it out. They'd shoot it out the sky
Yeah.
if it's endangering life.
But why can't we handle the truth about that? What would happen if people said, you know what, this is the reality, we had to take it down, we had to make an executive decision? I mean, is that the right thing to do? Should you take
Who's made this decision? Where was this plane flying to? Who was on board?
Well-
Who took that decision? Who took the plane out?
well, that's,
Do we want another
those
war?
are-
Do we
those
want
are-
another war on our hands, or do we just talk it over a desk and polish it over and trade things? We'll give
Okay.
you X amount. And
All right, stepping aside from all the politics and whatnot, just straight up question: is it morally right to shoot down a plane that's been hijacked if you suspect it's on its way to crash into the Pentagon or similar?
I would shoot it down. I wouldn't think twice about it if I was in a position to.
So
What else can you do?
what else to do? I know, but
Well, what, you wait for the plane to come inland and take out thousands of innocent people? If you don't know where that plane's heading, you could be heading towards the city. Imagine a plane coming and crash landing in London City. How many thousands would that wipe out?
yeah, exactly. So the morally right decision is to
To take it out,
take that out.
in a safety
But,
environment. I mean, yes, it's harsh.
It's hard when you're do you want to be the one who presses the button?
So it's harsh if you're on board, but obviously I think between the superpowers and that, this should be declared anyway, shouldn't it? If your plane gets hijacked and the pilot's not listening, this is the end score, isn't it?
Because this is it's questions like these that they use to test people whether or not they are psychopaths. Are you familiar with these tests, Sogi?
No, I'm not. That's
All right, well, I'll run the test by you.
go on.
Right, there's a bunch of innocent people tied up on the railway line, right, and the train is
Heading towards them.
is heading towards them, and 10 people are going to be killed. But you can flip a switch that directs it towards only one person tied on a different rail track. Would you flip that switch?
Yes, I would.
That's an easy decision. I think most people would, because
You're-
10
you're-
people.
you're saving
versus
9 lives.
One person. You're saving 9 lives. But what about this situation? The train is speeding towards the 10 people, innocent people that are tied up, and are going to be killed. And you're standing on a bridge, in front of it, and next to you is a fat guy. Now you can push him off the bridge, and he will fall and to his death and block the train. Would you push him off the bridge?
No, never.
Why not?
What guarantee is it that it'll work? Why would I?
For the sake of this very unlikely scenario, presume that yes, it would. By killing him, by pushing him off the bridge, you would save the lives.
His life's not for me to decide. His life is his life. I'm not in a position to
Okay, and that is
make that decision.
Congratulations, you're not a psychopath, but this is the type of questions they use to determine whether people are psychopaths. And a psychopath, what's the difference between flipping a switch to kill one person instead of 10 than pushing someone to kill one person instead of 10? Why is that different? As a human being, it is different, but why? I think that's what makes us human beings.
Human beings, yeah, obviously.
And I think whoever shot that plane out of the sky, for argument's sake, if it did, are probably someone with psychopathic tendencies.
No, it's a trained person, bro. He's doing a job. It's to them. You can't bring emotion into a job. It's a job.
Well,
if he's been,
that's why you need to be a psychopath.
If you're a sniper, you're a sniper.
Yeah.
You know, it's the way it is.
I think, and don't misunderstand the term psychopath. It's not always a bad thing, but you need to be someone who removes emotion from.
You've got to be good at it, without a doubt. Yeah,
you've got to be the kind of person that will push a fat person off a bridge to save 10 lives. See, why is it that you can handle flipping a switch to kill one person, but you couldn't handle pushing someone?
Because that would be, if someone's standing next to me, I would see them as my friend, as my brother. You know, why would I need to throw him off?
But what if he's
poor chap? He doesn't stand next to me.
If the very same guy is tied up already, just on a different track, you're fine to flip the switch?
No, it's tough. It's tough cooking, isn't it? If they're tied up, aren't they? It's the way it is. It's the way of the world. You know, if you're crossing a road and the car loses his, ain't got no brakes and runs you over, it's the way it is, isn't it?
I mean,
that's how it's written for you.
Okay.
For me to physically pick someone up and throw him over the bridge, that's a bit dark.
I'm using this as a illustration of the fact that if this plane has been taken out, which it may have, we would be very uncomfortable.
I never once thought of it as that. Now
be very uncomfortable.
Now you're saying taken out, and that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Hence the secrecy around it.
As you say, I'm just putting it out there. If you want to text in the studio, we've got texts coming in thick and fast. One brave individual has texted, "What are you on about?" If you'd like to phone in, big man, whoever you are, give me a call.
What we're on about, I think you better go back into hibernation if you don't know what we're talking about. He's been out there 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I think you better go back to sleep. You know who you are.
You know who you are, indeed.
Get this. There you go.
But yeah, once again, phone number 01189660382. Get you straight through to the studio. We're putting you straight live to air tonight. There's no deliberating. Yeah. Live, unscreened, and entirely at random. Text the studio on 07909 567 527. Once again, we need your texts. 07909 567 527.
What nation would have taken that plane out?
Now there's a question.
What nation would have taken that plane out? Let me put it out there. Put it out there. There's supposedly supposed to have had people on that, scientists on that plane that invented the stealth technology. You know the stealth technology? Anything about stealth?
Explain what that is.
The stealth technology, what my little bit of reading about it is where a vehicle stroke helicopter plane doesn't get detected on our radar. It's invisible to the radar because it flies at a certain level and it can't be detected. And supposedly the people that invented this technology, there was about 8 or 10, I'm not sure, of these scientists on board this plane. Was it hijacked? If it was hijacked, because it to use the information that these scientists have? Personally, I think the plane's landed somewhere. These people have been taken. The pilot's been paid a good hefty wage.
So the experts at making things undetectable were all on the plane?
Not all of them. There's about 10. But this hasn't come out. It was the main talking point within a couple of hours of the plane going down. Because they thought the plane's going down. After the first couple of hours, this was taken away, and now it's turned into a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
When it was highlighted when the first people on board, because they didn't obviously know that the planes either got hijacked or whatever the circumstances were regarding the jet. It was, we got these people on board. Boom, 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 boom. But after that, it's gone very quiet. Now it's turned into a conspiracy theory where allegedly these people were on board. So, again, I'm putting it out there. I don't know how true or how...
Just putting it out there.
How true
We've got another caller on line 4. Hello, caller. You're live on the Late Show. Who's this?
Sorry, you were just talking about 10 people on the plane that had ability to cloak the plane, or...
Yeah, Soggy was claiming there were 10 people on the board that could...
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, I heard about that too. The issue with that is, like, how would they have gotten to the cockpit to begin with, unless maybe there
No.
was
No, let me clarify this, sister. What I'm saying is the reason for the plane to go missing was that whoever kidnapped stroke hijacked this plane, as I'm just putting it out there, like,
yeah.
was because the scientist was needed by another country, another force, so to speak. They needed their intelligence, basically.
Okay.
So-
they hijacked the plane to kill the.
No, not to kill. I don't believe they're being killed. I believe
to
that-
take them somewhere. And
Yeah, I believe that
enslave them.
in a dungeon somewhere.
Dungeon somewhere.
I believe that the pilot was bought to land the plane somewhere
Okay.
to take these people off the plane as well as himself and
So
di-
you think
and
that's
disappear.
what's
What's happened to the other passengers? I don't know, but that's my take on it.
To hire people with
It-
particular knowledge.
Yeah,
If that was the case, then if the plane safely landed somewhere, then couldn't they at that point track everyone via their cell phones?
the cell phones were still ringing a week after the plane had disappeared.
Well, that has to do with like that has to do with cell phone companies.
Maybe.
Even when your phone.
I understand that. I've looked into that. I understand where you're coming from, what you're saying. But again, I'm just putting it out there. These are facts.
Yeah. There's also speculation about the pilot himself and.
Why would they investigate the pilot?
Well, because they're saying this one Taiwanese politician said that the plane was hijacked over Anwar Ibrahim, who's a notorious politician in Malaysia who was recently arrested on like supposed charges that had to do with his like sexual.
Well, they have to make a story up about the pilot, don't they?
Yeah.
But I mean, I think the pilot was got to by
What
a
were the
bigger
charges
force.
against the pilot?
I don't know. He was a friend.
Well,
he
the
was
caller
friend.
knows.
Okay.
Yeah,
What happened?
he was a friend.
It's friends.
Or he was related to Anwar Ibrahim, and they're saying there's claims that actually that even though officially the plane went out of contact at 1:20, some people have claimed that actually the crew was in negotiations with the Malaysian government from about 1:30 a.m.
In a hostage situation or a hijacking situation.
Yeah, in order to free Anwar Ibrahim. That's just one.
Ooh.
For those not in the know,
And-
who is Anwar Ibrahim?
And he's I don't know much about him, but he's a politician from Malaysia that recently.
He sounds Muslim.
Yeah, I think he's the opposition to the prime minister in Malaysia.
Okay. Right. See, now we're getting it. Thank you, caller. At last,
And also,
we're getting into it.
Also, just before the flight took off, they're investigating now. Like the latest news was a phone call was made to the pilot by a woman just before the flight took off, but they don't know who made the phone call because it was made
Midnight
from
caller.
a fake phone number,
What-
cell phone.
You definitely don't know who that woman was, sister.
No, no.
Definitely not.
I
Okay.
personally don't know.
All right.
But that's just a theory.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what I personally think.
Can we have your view on it? Yeah,
Yeah.
go on.
Personally, I think what might have happened, and this is not a juicy story. I think there might have been some sort of fire in the flight that could have taken out the communication system, and then perhaps the flight went to a higher elevation to try to suppress the fire, and then I think maybe the pilots and everyone else.
Why would flying higher help a fire?
It would reduce the fire because there's a lack of oxygen.
Oxygen.
Oh yeah.
Don't-
Oxygen, fuel, and
Don't you
something
think
else.
there would have been a mayday call? There would have been a distress call coming from somewhere if there's a fire.
Well, the fire could have taken.
Stop, drop, and roll.
The fire could have taken.
That's
out
if you catch fire.
The communication systems right away. before Mayday call could have been made. And then I think maybe the pilots suffocated or something, and that's why there's reports. And maybe he tried to land at a closer airport. That's probably why he.
The other thing. You're not far from what I'm hearing. The other thing is that the passengers on board were told to wear the oxygen mask, and this is how they were starved of oxygen and got knocked out. This is how the plane was controlled, by knocking out the passengers on board by wearing the oxygen mask, and for him to drop to a lower level where I think the oxygen is for 30 minutes. And this is how they control the plane, by knocking out the passengers and taking the scientists off the plane, dumping them somewhere, and then doing whatever.
Are we still going? You're still going with your? They really wanted a certain scientist.
Bro,
I hope another radio show come and kidnap me. They're desperate for my expertise. I'll say no, by the way.
If you look into how sensitive and how this technology, if everyone had this technology, then it'd be out there, wouldn't it? We'll all be invisible. We'll be hiding jumbo jets. You know, not to be able to detect aircraft on a radar. It's not a joke.
Okay.
So I don't think it's a joke.
Why would they go through such a tricky process to get these 10 people? They could have just hired.
Yeah, just could have given them £1 million.
Yeah, it's like why go through this complicated scenario to try to kill 10 people?
Because they want you to believe that they are dead. So this technology is only in the hands of the certain few.
And
do you understand?
Certain few?
The Americans.
All 250 million of them.
No, the Americans. No, the Americans have this technology where these scientists invented. If they make the world believe that these people are dead, they still got the technology. Now, if these people have been put away and they're being used to redevelop this technology, the Americans don't know about it. They're behind it, aren't they? They don't know. If you make people believe that these people are dead, you're at ease, ain't you? Thinking, oh, they're dead, that's all right, they're gone. So technology is safe and it's in our hands only. So imagine if the Chinese develop this technology and they're coming over the American borders. The Americans ain't gonna like it, are they?
Wow, sorry.
Okay, let me put this over to Brother Addy here. Go on.
I think we're going into a lot of detail in terms of some of the theories and conspiracies around the flight. And the sister who's found in. Did we get her name?
She's still on there.
Sister, are you still on air?
Yeah.
Who's calling?
Can we take your name, just so we don't call you Sister A?
Shawab.
Shawab.
Thawab.
Oh, Thawab.
It's a friend of the show.
Okay, mashallah. So
she's been on. She's been in the
She's
studio.
been here.
Oh, okay, mashallah.
Speak into the microphone.
Do I need to speak into the microphone?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I still seem to be going via another mic. I don't think this is going through my mic. But anyway, this is mainly for the people in the studio, actually.
And one or two listeners.
Oh well, you guys can.
The FM's working now.
You guys can. You guys can translate it or relay it onwards. It wouldn't be far-fetched to say that if we go down the scientist kidnapping scenario, that any interested party would go with an elaborate plan in order to steal those secrets, because that and far more convoluted and complex scenarios have occurred to steal trade secrets, especially when it comes to warfare. So that's my take in terms of taking Brother Sajid's side. But I mean, I think my take would be, well, I was told I can't call him Soggy. Last time I was here.
One of the same.
So, yeah, I mean, my take on the whole thing would be that, as opposed to, you know, it's all well and good us having concocted our own or to follow suit with theories that we've heard. What would be the interest in that outcome? So let's take the outcome out of the equation and say it got blown up or it got kidnapped or it's on the bottom of the ocean. Why are any one of those outcomes occurring?
Soggy.
Julian.
Because I think otherwise Sister Thawab is correct. It was just a fire, and it's as simple as that. And although
No,
that
but
might
it's
not be
amazing.
exciting,
It's amazing. It's amazing what these people make you believe. I would believe that. I mean, going back 10 years, listen to BBC News, listen to what this media tells you, and it's like, oh, that's right, yeah. Poor plane malfunctioned and dropped into the Indian Ocean. You know, it was supposed to be going Beijing. What is doing 1,500 miles from Perth? I ain't got a clue. Maybe the pilot knocked his head against something, got knocked out, and the autopilot got pressed, and the plane diverted. I mean, I believe that. You know, I mean, 10 years ago, I would believe that.
Because we're blind consumers, aren't we?
Yeah, but with the Sister's gorgeous, had enough. And but this is what I'm saying to you. After life experiences, you know, like I had all great respect for the police until you get arrested and they kick the living daylight out of you, and you think, oh, you're the police, you can't do that. And this is where I've lost, you know, any respect for any so-called.
The caller, no, we're getting the tone.
Nope.
Call again, please. Ring back.
So I mean, let's hear it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, am I being too?
No, I don't think so. I think that it's all well and good, sort of getting an idea of what might have happened. I think.
I just think they totally disrespected the families, the members on board the aeroplane, the way those people got treated. No information. We don't know where it is. Oh, it's there. Our last communication was 108. Bullshit. Because 118, they're still talking. What are they talking about? The people, the families have the right to know. They've lost. Like there's one poor woman who lost her son. You know, the Chinese are only allowed to have X amount of children.
Yes,
She's lost, you know, her son and her grandson. Like 3 generations of the family's wiped out. You know, I mean, what do you say to her? I mean, you have to be truthful.
That's right.
The plane was hijacked. This is what the demands were. Demands were not met. We had to take it out.
We got another call.
You get me emotional these things, man.
Another caller.
It keeps cutting off.
No, we're getting cut off again. Yes, sir. Once again, if you are trying to call the studio,
Why
the
did we
number
get
is
cut off?
01189 660 382. Once again, call the studio on 01189 660 382. Give us
You
a
know,
call.
the
Hopefully
show's
you'll get
about you know, have they found debris of the plane, or is it, you know, something left by the shark that's supposed to bit into? You know, who knows what it is? Why are they not clarifying this? Why? There's so many questions. I'm putting myself on board as one of the family members. They're a bit cheesed off. That's an understatement. Oh, you know, they're all dead. You know, go away. They're all dead. We found debris, you know, 380,000 feet under the Indian Ocean. Yeah, but my daughter and son was coming to Beijing. What's it doing in the Indian Ocean? Oh, the pilot banged his head and he went to autopilot and it just veered off course. Bullshit.
Sounds very similar to 9/11, doesn't it? In as far as the veering off course for miles and miles before it's picked up.
Who do you believe here? I mean, you got big players in this.
Hello, caller. We got another call through to air. Hello, caller. Speak. Go ahead. Hello, caller. You're live on One FM on the Late Show.
Hi, brothers. You okay?
Who are we talking to?
Almaz here.
Almaz, welcome to the show. Listening from Birmingham.
Yes.
All right. Well, someone will translate for us.
Don't worry.
Only joking, sister. Go ahead. What is your view on this? What is your take on it?
Well, first of all, I'd just like to say we're kind of just deteriorating from the main subject, which is, I believe, the families.
Okay.
You guys don't have empathy for them. And also, I do believe that when it comes to remote control technologies, it was President Bush who first started the full funding for the remote control on aeroplanes.
To take control of an airplane without being on board, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And I do believe it's a similar situation to 9/11.
So there's a conspiracy there
okay.
somewhere, is there?
Well,
Yeah.
a similar situation to 9/11. If you take the official line, that means it was Islamic terrorists. Is that what you're saying? That's the official line.
Well, the thing is, I mean,
But they haven't found a Muslim to blame yet,
Any-
apart from
No,
the
no,
chap
not
from
at all.
Malaysia we mentioned earlier.
Not at all. I mean, I think that Israel has got something to do with it as well.
Okay.
Shh, not allowed to say that.
Well, this is free speech radio. What?
Yeah,
what-
it's
I,
what
I
might-
totally agree with you. Keep on, but I'm just playing
What-
neutral here.
hey, don't be
'Cause
scared
I've-
of no one.
Almaz, I've got a comment on that one, but I want to get your view first. What might they have?
Well,
to
do you
gain-
remember when? So basically, Israel was developing weapons, right?
Mhm.
That was capable of mimicking,
Mhm.
etc.
Okay.
So cell phone signals, they were basically getting through cell networks
hmm
and put them to sleep. And now there's a theory behind the transmission being cut off
hmm
on the airplane.
Okay. And
Right.
you think the Israeli state has the technology to?
To
To
be
do that.
they're capable of that.
hmm
So there's some sort of connection there, and also, well, the technology nowadays is so advanced.
hmm We just need
compared
to catch up with it.
We'll know about something that's happening now. In about
It can't be
10
that
years'
advanced. They
time.
can't find a plane.
Yeah, but that's
Allegedly.
That's the
turning a
thing.
blind eye, isn't it? You have to.
I mean, on the Israeli issue, my 2 pence worth on that is that the Times of Israel was very quick to report the fact, or was it a fact, that there were 2 Iranians on board the plane, and they were very keen to say, "Oh, suspected Iran did this. This is Iranian terrorism." It's on their agenda at the moment to portray Iran as the great threat, as the
Yes,
great
and
enemy,
it's
when
point-
we know they haven't attacked anyone for 200 years, and Israel has launched wars on all its neighbours in its short history. But that's for another show. But yeah, I take your points, Almas. What is the sum it up? What really happened?
I just think it's a big cover up.
But who gains from that? Who has gained from all this? If you're going to do, and this is why I don't take I don't buy the terrorism aspect, because if you want to do a terrorist attack, you're going to do it, then you'll claim it and say we did this for X, Y, and Z, and if you don't give us what we want, we'll do it again. Who gains in all this? 300 families have lost their loved ones, and the plane's gone. Has anyone gained anything?
Not at all. I don't believe anyone's gained anything.
But then
apart from-
doesn't that suggest that maybe it is just a fire then? I know other people have the ability to do these things, but would they have the what's the word? Incentive, the
Well,
motive.
I believe the U.S. government and the Israeli government have the ability.
hmm
Without a
Because-
shadow of a doubt.
What about the Chinese government? They're pretty good at killing people.
They're the ones that got the scientists.
Well,
I'm telling you.
Well,
The plane landed in between the K2 mountains of Pakistan. I
yeah, but I
I'm
heard that
serious.
China was supporting Pakistan.
Sorry?
I heard they were supporting Pakistan.
China
Who was supporting Pakistan?
China.
Yeah, I mean,
in the
they're,
cricket.
they're probably
Because
in it
they
together. I
don't
mean,
think-
about, the plane was
Or
heading towards.
Pakistan and Kashmir. Isn't there a bridge being built right now in Kashmir
Yeah, correct.
Oh,
from the Chinese government?
Correct.
So what has China?
That's what I'm saying to you. They're in it together, aren't the Chinese and Pakistan? The two governments are in it together. Hence, landing the plane in Pakistan somewhere, releasing the pilot, taking the scientists off, and there you go. I'm deadly serious. You laugh. I just think that.
When the US and Israel been
Well, okay, I think we're.
No, it's nothing to do with Israel. It's
Yeah,
just
maybe.
the scientists have been kidnapped. They didn't know they were going to get kidnapped. They're kidnapped to be their brains to be used for this technology. You know, why else would the pilot have a simulation system in his house? Why has his family disappeared the day before? Why have the assets been moved? There's something there which ain't going to come out for a while, and they're going to keep it from the general public and whatever not, and just say the plane crashed in the Indian Ocean. Oh dear me, what a shame. You know, end of story, and next week it's forgotten about and we all move on.
Sister Almaz, thank you very much for your insight there.
Opinions and there's facts.
Yeah, there is opinions there. Thank you for everything.
No problem.
Please call again and keep listening.
I will.
Thanks for the call.
No.
Lovely to hear from
And
you.
don't boost about it too much.
Thank you very much. Don't boost about it. That's some Birmingham jargon for you. Thank
Okay,
you.
then.
Thank you very
No
much.
problem. Take care.
Yeah, right. So we're really putting it out there tonight.
I'm not even joking. I just think Pakistan and China are in it together.
But
they wanted them people.
The Pakistan government is an ally to the West. Am I wrong?
Pakistan government allied to the dollar. To what
Yeah, I
money?
know they're fickle,
PSR, rupees, dollar, a euro, pound sterling, whatever you want to call it. It's a fact. We are this way inclined. Show us a colour of the money and you can have us. You know, how else would Bin Laden from Medina, wherever he was found, get taken? And you telling me the Pakistan army didn't know about it? 2 American stealth helicopters come in and take and blow out this yard in some farmland, and so they found Bin Laden and and chuck him into the river. Come on, please. Where they shamed what's his name? What's the Iraqi president?
Saddam Hussein.
Saddam Hussein. They showed him and humiliated him to the public, and public enemy number one, they thrown him into the sharks. You know. Come on, Bin Laden, you come out of hiding and you can phone into the Late Show and tell us what really went down.
Were you there, fam? Yeah.
So, it's not even a joke, but I don't believe, again, with what they got Brother Mozambique for. This is what I'm saying to you. These people can make you believe whatever they want to make you believe. So this is why I'm very wary of what they tell us and what it's about. The reason I keep referring to the scientists is because when the story broke, because I'm at work, I'm looking at it, breaking news, Malaysian airline LH390's gone off radar and maybe has crashed. On board was pum 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 pum. Oh dear me, pum 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 wasn't on board a few hours later. Why they was and now they wasn't? There's something going on which obviously Joe Public, like myself, we ain't going to be told.
Do you know, someone's phone ringing, the media is throwing out and has in these scenarios often thrown out a number of theories and ideas which are probably fed to them by the powers that be in the background, and we talked about motive and trying to suss out motive, and that's kind of what I'm trying to sort of gear towards in terms of the discussion. It's all well and good going through sort of conjecture around what might have happened, what might not have happened. We probably never know that. The fact is who, and I suppose
there are people
Brother Sargent,
there are people that do know what happened. This is what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
And
So
the least you can do is be honest with the families or the people that are on board and tell them exactly what went down.
how many times in the past, in situations where parties that are interested in something that isn't obviously being made public would then go ahead and care about collateral damage? I don't think I know of any situation where that's occurred. So they wouldn't come out and say, "Oh, we apologise, we weren't clear in the upstart. It's China and Pakistan at it again. They've got a number of scientists of us, and we had to kill the rest of you. Sorry." It's not going to happen, is it?
No, but this is what I'm saying. You just, I don't know. I mean, because they let it linger on and kept coming out with different stories. This is why so many conspiracy theories have come out of it. They could have come out and said in the first couple of days, this is what we think's happened, and killed it. We don't know where the plane is. No, please. We know where people are. You can find, if they want to find Julian, they can find Julian. Boom. If someone's looking for Julian, they'll find him. Yes or no?
Sorry, a few people are looking for me actually.
No, yes or no? Yes or no? You're one person. This is a jumbo jet. I don't care how big the ocean is.
Soggy, I'm gonna come back at you there for argument's sake.
Please do.
Maybe this is just a humbling experience for all of us. Maybe we're not as all-knowing as we thought we were. You know, we've got everything at the touch of a button now. If you want to Google something, you're going to do it in seconds. But maybe the world is vast. Maybe the ocean does cover 80% of the world, and we know more about the dark side of the moon than we do about the bottom of the ocean. And maybe a plane can go missing, and maybe we don't. Maybe we wouldn't know what happened to it. And because we think that we have to know everything, we think, well, if I don't know where it is, I'm damn sure that someone else does. I'm damn sure George Bush must know. You know,
great point.
Are we giving too much credit to the powers that be? You know,
I would have totally gone along with that 10 years ago. Exactly what you say.
Mm-hmm.
But there's too much technology now, not for a plane to disappear. You know, come on. You know, they say it can only be detected over so much. It doesn't get detected over the oceans. But somebody out there knows exactly where it is, exactly what happened to it, exactly what happened to it. There's a reason what happened to it.
There'll be a number of factors, and there's technology we know we can sort of discuss around what technology is out there and what can be pinpointed exactly, but the fact is we know there's sufficient technology out there with various parties to at least know when and where, as a rough estimate even, it either fell off course or where it might have dropped, where it fell off the radar, and how long it was off radar before they suddenly...
5 hours off radar flying. It must have been flying in someone's airspace.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm just pointing out the mentality that is, well, any time there's a tsunami, someone must have known that was going to happen. Someone must have done it.
Yeah.
It's the HAARP weapons experiment. George Bush did it. He don't think he knows anything. You know,
well, it's a sad.
There is that mentality of someone is to blame. Who do I sue for this? You know,
it's a sad world we live in. This is reality of it. It's really is.
Yeah. It is. It is sad. But you know, look, I'm trying desperately to to get a positive out of this. Is there something we can learn from it? Has the world stopped and looked for a couple of weeks and hoped together? Did people from different countries, the different armies and navies pull together to try and look for a lost plane? Is there anything positive to come out of this? Or is it all just doom and gloom and paranoia that
for the
Illuminati are
for the 250 people on board and their families?
Chinese scientists. Something out of Tintin. Go on.
That's a hairstyle, Tintin. You know, after 250 people's families, what they feel about it. Well, do you think they're buying the idea that it crashed into the Indian Ocean? Why are they not simply buying this? Because they've been in the heart there. They've been asking for information, and it hasn't been forthcoming. Hence, you're getting them suspicious. Why are they kicking up a fuss? Why are they screaming to the Malaysian authorities, "You're not telling us the truth. You're not telling us what happened to the plane. You're not telling us." There must be a reason.
Well, majority of the people on board were Chinese citizens, I think.
Majority, 70%.
As I understand, that's a majority.
Majority.
Yeah. They are angry with their own government. The Chinese government have not dealt with this in the best way. People were left not knowing, and this could be
Poor China don't know because it never came over their airspace.
Okay.
Supposedly he was heading towards Beijing, and the last radar thing was, "You're leaving our airspace," and the pilot or the co-pilot is announced, said, "Thank you, good night."
Mm-hmm.
This is the last known transmission.
You know, as much as I wouldn't trust the American government, I wouldn't trust the Chinese government either. I don't think there's any government that I wouldn't trust.
I wouldn't trust any government.
Yeah.
So,
but I must say I'm impressed with Vladimir Putin, though. Man of the year.
That's a different
So
story.
that's a
I
diff-
don't
that's
know.
a
I
different
haven't,
story, but-
I haven't been following him as much as I've been.
Some people have said that all this could be a distraction,
That's a good one.
and
Let's
that
come to
when we
that.
talk about who gains, it is yet again another distraction. 300 people have gone missing, but there's other people missing tonight. There's other people in turmoil, and we have to remember them all. It's issues we've raised on the show before, and like I said, I'm just trying to get if there's any positive out of this, that perhaps the world came together to remember a plane that went down. Then that's got to be a good thing. Once again, if you want to get through to the studio, the number is 01189 660 382. That's 01189 660 382. We've also got the text is up and running. Text us on 07909 567 527. That's your text on 07909 567 527. You know, we can all theorise, but I think it's important sometimes to touch upon the human aspect, and obviously what our thoughts are with the families at this time. So get in touch. You'll get straight through to the studio. We're not screening it live, unscreened, entirely at random. Whatever you want to say, we're just putting it out there. Soggy, you followed this one from the start. You know, I think we had to cover it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to put it out because I just thought I'm the only one that's a bit.
I could tell from the beginning that this was. I'm not being funny. This actually, it is a story that touched your heart, right?
Yeah, because I've been following it. I see it flash up on the screen at work 3 weeks ago, and your heart sinks for the people on board. You think, okay, why can't they just be remembered peacefully? I mean, there's a young girl that tweeted. I mean, I'm a Liverpool fan, big time Liverpool fan, and yes, people out there listening, we're going to win the Premiership this year, inshallah. And there's a young girl, age 9, I think she was, that tweeted, "Dad, you know, Liverpool won today, and you wasn't at home to see it. When are you coming home?"
Yeah.
I mean, what do you say to that young girl?
Horrendous.
You know, these people deserve the truth, and it's really heartfelt for 2 weeks not knowing. How can the plane cannot fly for 2 weeks? So A, it's crash landed somewhere, or B, you know where it is.
Yeah, I think that maybe.
And it takes you 3 weeks, and you come out and say it's in the Indian Ocean. You know, like the brother Bilal called in first. I mean, he's really got me thinking. Yes, blown out the sky. Where was it heading? That's another one. I'm going to go and look into that one.
Yeah, I think
that could be a perfect.
This
is why hence the big silence around it. Who had the authority to blow it out, and what sky and what nation did they took that decision to blow out the sky? If it was,
I think that could well be where the truth lies, but
hence the secrecy and the silence.
But if that is the case, then we probably will never know.
We'll never know. No.
And there is something about this generation, this technological generation, that we can't accept things we won't know. We find it very difficult to say.
No, hence
all
the conspiracy
hence all the conspiracy theories, and we all buy into them. And you know, I've come out with a few myself.
No, but it'd be nice to know if anyone out there is listening that actually believes it was just a total accident, just one of them things.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was just one of them things, it should be played out as the plane malfunctioned. This is what happened. There's just a lot of things just don't fit right with me.
Mm-hmm.
Why did it go? Of course, it flew 6 hours, 5-6 hours without anybody knowing. It took a detour towards Australia, where it's supposed to be going Beijing. Is with these so-called scientists on board, which haven't been mentioned since, and now when you mention them, people turn around and say, "Oh, it's a conspiracy theory."
Well, I think the two. If someone has hijacked it, I'm not sure about the wanting the scientists or whatnot, but who knows? You never know what people know.
No, I mean, one of the stories last night before, when they announced that they were looking at the search and rescue and they weren't looking for the plane no more, and the headline when the papers comes out, the pilot on a suicide mission. Where are they? And it's on a Good Morning Breakfast on ITV or BBC or one of them. And the presenter turns around and goes, where did they get that from? Without any background information to it. How can a national newspaper put a heading without any source or any realization to that heading? The pilot was on a suicide mission.
Well, it's just a good headline, isn't it? And I think the thing about this story was, as it ran and ran and ran, the good thing about news distributors and the media was you could say anything you wanted about it because no one knew the truth, and so you could espouse any kind of theory. We've come on air tonight where there's a few more facts or so-called facts been put out there. Did they find debris? Didn't they? I think they're just trying to. It feels like people are trying to put it to bed now. They want to say, look, oh yeah, we found the debris. That was it.
All go away. This is what's happened. Now go mourn the dead in peace and whatever. There's no bodies to be found. There's no funerals. No. These people how are they going to feel at ease if there's no funeral, no laying to rest, or nothing like that. I mean, I don't know. It just. I don't know. It just my heart aches for these people. Just to comprehend, to think what this girl's going through. Her dad's left for work. See her daughter. I'll see you when I get back. And boom. 3 weeks later, Mum, where's Dad? What do you say?
Yes.
So
it's horrendous.
I don't know. Well, you listen to the Late Show. It's Wednesday night. It's getting late. It's 95.6 FM. We're back live on FM. I understand that it's working again. The phone lines are working. We are in the studio with myself and Brother Julian and Brother Yasser on the mics. The texts are flowing. Okay, there's one here. There's hadith that says that the Dajjal will fly over here in a metal donkey, and all the sheikhs and scholars have agreed that in this day and age, a metal donkey.
Are you sure it says a metal donkey?
Metal donkey.
I know he would fly on a donkey with his ears spread.
They haven't found a Malaysian plane.
I don't think it says a metal donkey.
They haven't found a Malaysian plane yet. What's your thoughts on this? Apparently, they have found the plane for hence them to let the families know.
Sorry, is this? I don't understand this, Texter. I think, as far as I'm confused, as far as I know, the hadith doesn't mention a metal donkey. I think it's a donkey with his ears spread, which could suggest a plane.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Are we saying that Dajjal is somehow on a plane that's gone down?
I don't know.
Texter, if you want to give us a call to expand on that theory, I'd love to hear from you. I'm not sure about that one.
Or I'll be just making out too much of this, or is my opinion just? I don't know. I mean, I've just gone spectacle on everything that the media tells us.
Everything this day and age is a conspiracy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think we can't handle something that we don't understand, which is why I think we need to. Perhaps it's better to just focus on the human aspect and say, look, 300 people lost their life, and we feel for the families that
that are going through this time.
Yeah.
But there you go. So I don't know. Do you feel safe on a plane? Would you think twice about travelling? Because I damn would.
In light of this.
Yeah, definitely. You're right if you're on PIA, because no one important travels on that one. It's just all us average bods on it, really. So I wouldn't mind that one. But you don't know who you're travelling with. You don't know who the next person is. You don't know who's who.
We got another caller straight live to an air. Hello, caller. You'll.
SMS text delivery system from BT.
There's a text
It's a
delivery
text to
system.
the wrong number.
They got text to the wrong number.
078.
Oh, okay. No, don't text that number, caller. You've got the wrong one. No, once again, phone number straight to the studio: 01189660382. If you want to text, it's 07909 567 we'd love to hear from you. Anything you want to mention on this one, even if it's just to reflect on remembering the families involved. You know, we don't all have the answers, and I think it's okay. It's okay to say that. You know,
so
as Soggy says, I'm just putting out there.
Opinion, so. If anyone else out there wants to mention anything else, wants to highlight anything else of importance, and what their idea or theories are, what's happening out there in the community, what they want to be aired, do please give us a call. We're here every Wednesday, inshallah. We're late for the late show, starting advertised from 9:30. Anything after goes. So we do our best. It's all voluntary. We're not paid here. We're not professionals. We're just everyday Joe blogs. We have our own jobs and own lives in a day, so we just do this as a voluntary thing.
The people's voice.
We want to highlight people that have issues and want to raise them in the community. We're based here in Reading. Anything goes. If you want to highlight anything, want anything said or aired, be it on a political front, religious front, sporting front, and anything goes basically. So inshallah, we're here for you, for Reading, for the community. So do give us a call, do shout us. Even better, come into the studio, highlight your issues yourself. We'll more than use your time and whatever, and it'll be our pleasure to have you. Now I'm waffling.
We got another text.
Texts will keep coming in, but
okay. Another texter says, it hurts to think about the 239 people on this plane that have vanished. Where is the organisation when you need it? But even if we were meant to fly, we would have wings. Okay, there's perhaps a Amish listener. I don't know. If my girlfriend's listening, I met her online. I don't know. Yeah, we're not meant to fly. If we were meant to fly, we'd have wings. What's your view on that one, Soggy?
I'm not sure what 24/7's open, so we can go get a Red Bull. We'll all have wings then, wouldn't we?
We are looking.
Then I want me to get to sleep.
We are looking for a sponsor.
We are, yes, it'd be good, but that's another.
Gives you wings, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we might just have to accept it. We don't know what happened, and yeah, it's.
No, we don't know what's happened. In a few days, they're gonna come out with stories to make believe, and we have to accept and move on.
Mm-hmm.
Just a sad way of life, the way it is, I suppose. Future shows.
Yeah.
Julian,
what's in the pipeline, Soggy? There's a big blockbuster one coming up. Am I right?
I'll have beep, please, Bob.
Yeah, no. Yeah, more quizzes to come soon.
Okay.
In future, but no, you guys have got a big name lined up. I understand. Not giving too much away.
Okay, our first I know about it.
Okay.
What is it? Does it begin with B? Is it Barbara Ali?
No.
No, not him.
He's well, BA never
BA
gets on the plane,
apologies,
does he?
he's not well. He's a bit under the weather. Yeah, a bit under the weather. I think he's been lifting too many weights.
Get well soon, Barbara.
Get well soon.
We need you back.
You're being missed. You were doing good for this show. You would have had your ideas. Maybe it was a good idea that you stayed at home. Maybe. Maybe it was a blessing. A shout out to regular brother Aji, who's got another fight coming up very soon. Opponent to be announced. The brother's representing Reading in a massive, massive, massive way. Inshallah, keep humbled, Aji, and Reading's right behind you. He's won his second fight by a KO in the first round. 2 for 2, inshallah, yeah, and many more to come. So stay humble. Our blessings, our du'as are with you, bro. Good luck in your next fight. I got to make an effort to actually go see one of these, but I don't want to jinx it, you know me. I just seem to jinx things. That's for Aji. A shout out to Aji's fighting May time. When the date's confirmed, you'll hear it. I'll let you know where the tickets and everything's available. The other thing, Oman FC, we're playing at home Sunday against AFC early, 9:30 in the changing rooms, please, gentlemen. Let me know if you can't make it. Any other community side issues? The Syria football event went very well. Well, it could have gone better, but with a few teams that entered, mashallah, it was a good morning from what I hear. The pictures are on Facebook, so if you want to see them, you can see them. Yasser will be advertising next week's show. We have a message coming. We have the community projects in association with the Reading Community Centre. Again, for some reason, we're part of Reading PCC in conjunction with community projects. Okay. This is about weightlifting and showcase your strength in front of the Reading community. That is your chance. Community Association Reading Pakistan presents the first annual Strength Challenge. This is what it's called, the Strength Challenge. Inshallah, to be held on Sunday, June the 1st at Reading Pakistani Community Centre. So that will be up and running in due course. It includes a rep max lifts on a bench press. Better not turn up because I got that one. Squats, you can have that one, Julian. And deadlift bar by Yasser, you can have that. So I think them three are covered. In the under 17s category and over 17s. So weight division categories, etc. 60 to 105 kgs. Everyone welcome to register. And it's strictly Reading residents only, so no one outside Reading.
You're going to get down to 60 kg for that one?
So anybody interested in this is Baba Ali's event. So for any other further information and inquiries and registration, please get hold of Baba Ali. Amazing, he doesn't leave his number. That's typical of Baba. So yeah, so shout out there, Baba. Put your phone number on the flyer, please, bro, so people can get hold of you. So that's in due course. That's in a few months, so he's got plenty of time to get that together. There's loads of projects forking off from PCC, mashallah, I think. Not want to blow my own trumpet on that. Team change has made change. Yes, we've upset a few people on the way because change is a hard thing to accept, especially when everyone's been freeloading and getting things for free. So to put a structure in place and then to clear debts, etc., and whatever not, to raise money, it costs money. So, you know, nothing in life is for free. So we take things as it comes. So if we have upset people, we apologise. We
got one more caller. Sorry. Hello, caller.
I've got a few texts as well.
You're live. Wa alaikum assalam. You're live on the Late Show.
Hi, assalamualaikum, Brother Julian. I'm just calling to show my support. So I've been listening in and just want to say, like, you guys are doing a great job, so keep it up.
Thank you very much, sister. If you ever want to raise an issue with us or something that's dear to your heart with the people's voice, and we'll do that for you. What's your take on the plane we were talking about tonight? I was unsure in the beginning, but now I think maybe it was just a fire. But what's your view?
Honestly, like, I think we're in the dark, so like it depends on the media, you know, what they're saying, and I think it's all absolute nonsense anyway. Like, they've all got a motive, and like I wish I knew, but it's just ridiculous. And to be quite honest, when I hear about it, it just makes me really pissed off. If I'm honest with you.
I can
I
understand
mean,
that.
all I can do is make laugh at the people.
Well said. Well said.
But other than that, just purely, like I said, it's just the media playing games, and like there is a logical explanation of why this happened. But again, like, we're in the dark.
Exactly, and sometimes you just got to admit that, isn't it, and say we don't know.
That's it. We can do. We just, make dua. It's just like I said. It's just the media. I think they've just said what they had to say, just to shut up everyone, and keep it quiet, and get everyone to stay calm, and just avoid this topic. So.
Well said.
Why would they want to hush you up, sister?
Sister's been hushed up. That's your answer. She was about to expose the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Why would they want to hush you up? Go on. Yeah. I think she's in the Indian Ocean. Sister, if you're out there, thank you very much for your call. That's much appreciated.
I only write the opinion, but there you go.
That's going in the highlights reel this week. Why would they want to hush you up? Gone. Yeah. Well, Soggy, any more texts in there before we wrap this up?
A couple of texts coming.
All right then. Hope it's not about any metal donkeys.
It's
enough.
It's a disgrace how we have more conspiracy theories than we do facts or answers. Where do conspiracy theories come from?
Who's that from?
I don't know.
Anonymous.
Unless you want me to read their number out.
Yeah.
Name, date of birth, address.
Well, can't you track them, Soggy? I mean, you got the
it's not difficult, is it?
Sent from
I can get that
early.
Well.
Yeah.
Salam to all you brothers, hope you're okay. Me, alhamdulillah, I reckon the plane got hijacked and taken to another planet. Ha ha ha. Shazad. I don't even know why that's funny.
Would that be Uranus you're talking out of? Texter? Yeah.
So, there you go. I mean, a few minutes, Julian, to sum things up.
Yeah, alright. We'll sum it up. I think my view is we may never know, and we may just have to accept that.
No, that's a fact. We will never
Yeah.
know. We won't know. We won't know the whole truth, what went on. It's too sensitive data for them to even consider releasing. Otherwise, they would have done this long time ago.
Yeah.
But from that first call, my head's been spinning. And
yes.
I think
at the top of the show.
Honestly, I think it's got taken out. Pam, out. Goodbye. God bless.
Could be. Yeah. Well, and it's time for us.
But before that happened, I think the pilot ejected.
No way.
And took the seven side. All right then. I was going too far. Okay.
Just putting it out
no
there.
taking the PP, but okay. You've been listening to the Late Show. This has been the Late Show. Inshallah, we're back next week with another show to be advertised. We are all over Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Grand Instra, and everything else that is social media. So look out for the show advertised early next week.
We'll do it all again next week, same time, same place.
Yeah, same time ish. Just say 9:45 onwards.
Let's call it 10 o'clock. 9:45 Greenwich Mean Time.
9:45, 10 o'clock, 95.6 FM, live streaming on the net, on the digital radio.
We were here, we're gone.
And we will be seen soon, inshallah. Bye-bye. God bless.
Escaped the back streets of Junction, still wanted by the masses. If you can find them, maybe you can call the late team, the voices of Reading.